Hey everyone, welcome back to Fish Den 365. Today we're going to talk about something that surprised me, something that I learned while I was using my Lowrance Eagle Eye 9 forward-facing sonar. So I bought this Eagle Eye 9 last fall and have been using it last fall and winter and so far this spring, and I'm learning more and more as I use it. I'm finding new ways to use it to help me become a better fisherman, none of which have to do with following a fish around using it that way. In other words, finding fish in open water and following them around. That's something you can do with it, and it's what the pros do. A lot of the young pros do it. It's not an easy thing to do though. There are a number of things that make it difficult to do, boat control being one of them, and how you have it mounted. Mine's mounted on my trolling motor, so wherever my trolling motor is facing, that's what I'm looking at. And I don't have spot lock, so it seems to make sense for me to use it that way. But it takes us, it takes a special skill to be able to chase down fish and throw out at them and find a way to get them to bite. And I could see why some of the more experienced anglers on these pro circuits would not be in favor of that, because it's not something that's going to be easy for them to learn and catch up on like the young people can. These younger anglers, this is just more natural to them, and they can use these devices in ways that the more experienced anglers cannot. And part of that is physical capabilities to be able to use it. It is physically taxing to be looking down at that forward-facing sonar constantly. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is something I learned while using this, and I've learned a lot, and I've learned some ways to use forward-facing sonar to help me catch more fish. If you're interested in what those are, please comment in the comments, because I'd love to share that in a future video and just talk about my lessons learned using the Eagle Eye 9. But today I want to talk about one specific thing, and that is I was surprised to find out how often my lures get followed without any bites taking place. Now sometimes that happens because I'm fishing where there are alewives spawning or where there are gizzard shad, and you can see they'll follow in a group. You'll see a group of those fish following your bait, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about so many times I've had game fish following my bait. Largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, and even in some cases stripers. But a lot of times it's largemouth and smallmouth. I just didn't realize how often they're following and nosing right up to the bait without committing to it until I actually saw it on the forward-facing sonar. And so this past Wednesday I was fishing a lunker tournament, and I used that information to help me convert a few fish. I was throwing a Squarebill crankbait, a Strike King 2.5 brown orange belly craw color. This is a color that does very well for me in spring, especially early spring and middle part of spring. And I was throwing that. I caught fish on it earlier this year, but this time I saw that the bass were following it. They'd come right up to it, but they just wouldn't take it. And so I thought, well, they're nosing. I mean, their nose was right on that bait, and I never felt them eat it. So I thought I'll try a different color. So I went to something called Mirage IU. Same exact crankbait, 2.5 Strike King Squarebill. Mirage IU. It is a color that I've used in the deep summertime, in July, August, September. It works very well around lily pads, over milfoil. And I was fishing around milfoil in this particular case and thought, well, maybe that color could make a difference. And when I put that color on, this is what happened. Well, we had to throw the kitchen sink at him, but we caught one. He's skinny. He's not going to be big enough. But at least we got one. Smaller. LDR. That's all right. So as you can see, a quick color change is what it took for me to convert fish that were following to fish that were actually eating the lure. And so this is something that you can use sonar to learn more quickly. Now, maybe I would have learned that over time if I felt a bump or had a slight hit but didn't hook up. That might tell me something's not quite right with my presentation. That could be a different size, a different bait, or a different color like I tried. Since I had those fish nosing the bait and following it for such a long distance, I thought that maybe the color was the thing. And so I changed the color and got a few bites before the tournament ended. But that's just one way that you can use forward-facing sonar to make a better, faster decision to allow you to catch fish more quickly than if you didn't have it. And that's the point that I wanted to get across in today's video. Well, if you like that video, give me a shout. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hype the channel if you would, and let me know if you'd like to learn more about what I've learned using my Lowrance Eagle Eye 9. Quite a bit of good information I've been able to get from this unit, and it's going to help me become a better fisherman if I use it wisely. Keep it tuned here, we got some good stuff coming up. Until next time, be safe out there, and as always, may God bless your fishing endeavors. Hey everyone, check this out. This is from Better Boats. It's boat erasers. There's 3 in a pack. It removes marks from vinyl, fiberglass, plastic, wood, and glass. It also does a great job on aluminum. I have a bucket of water here. Nothing else, just water, no soap, no detergent. Check this out. Like the name implies, it's a boat eraser. Just erases the scum right off of here. I would imagine it would do a lot better if it had some detergent in there too, but this is just a plain bucket of water. You can see it gets that off pretty nicely. Check out the before and after on this without even using any soap. And the nice thing is the eraser collects the dirt, but put it in water, it's like a brand new eraser. Nice product. Comes 3 in a box, and I'll leave a link. Check them out at betterboats.com. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to betterboats.com and to Amazon where you can get this product.